Hi guys, I'm Thya Sanders, CEO and founder of Naya Beauty App, and I've got
Celeste, Beauty Director of Naya Beauty App.
So today on Naya Unfiltered, we have the CEO and founder of O.R.G Skincare here to walk us through using this product on me. I'll be the guinea pig, which by the way, and I love it. Number one. Number two, talking to Brian about how he started his business, and then I'm going to be talking about how we started the Naya Beauty app. And first and foremost, I have to say, I love it already because we talked to you and I looked on your Instagram and your website. It talks about K-beauty, and my mother's Korean. So I am down with anything Korean skincare and Korean products. So let's talk about O.R.G. Did you come across it? Like, did you create this? Tell us the background.
I want to first admit that I am not your traditional beauty CEO or founder. I used to be a product marketing director for a global convenience store chain called Family Mart. They have over 25,000 locations all across the world, but primarily in Southeast Asia, Japan, and Korea. I would have to go there very frequently to talk to the upper brass. And during my time there, I noticed like a huge assortment of skincare and beauty products, beautifully packaged stuff. So I was saying to myself, oh my God, how come I haven't seen anything like this in the States? And this is my entrepreneurial mind thinking. So I come back to the States and I realized, and this is back in 2014, before K-beauty got like huge. I noticed that there were a lot of products based from like Asian technology being sold here, but then the marketing was all wrong. I mean, you would see like, snail mucin's been around forever, right? But then back in the day when they used to market snail mucin, it like didn't make any sense to any of the US consumers. So what I decided to do was I quit my job and I backpacked to Korea for about a year. And my goal was to meet with as many people in the beauty space in Korea in hopes to find a nice selection of products that I could bring here to the States. So I would meet all the CEOs of manufacturers and brands. I would talk to them, pick their brain, and they did appreciate the fact that I was, doing this on my own and, kind of had the gumption to go ahead and do it. And then I finally came across something related to removing dead skin at public bathhouses in Asia, right? Because that's a really big thing. So I spent about 6 to 9 months formulating the mineral peel face and body. And basically we were able to replicate that feeling of that spot treatment feeling of sitting in a sauna and then having the dead skin kind of lift up in your body. And we managed to put that in a bottle. So, if you had to ask me anything about skincare, like I'm not a super expert at it, but I know that the first thing you have to do is exfoliate, right?
Yep.
I'm a very firm believer in that.
What I do like about the product is the instant feel of exfoliation, which is not always the case, but you actually feel the skin sloughing off. And that's a question. Is that a combination of the product and the skin that's sloughing off when you put this on?
Yeah, it's a combination of both, right? So it's almost like an eraser. It reacts to any kind of dermal debris that's been built up on the epidermis layer, right? And like I said earlier, it's based on the origins of the Asian bathhouses, right? And I'm sure that both of you guys have been at some time one or another, but it's less intrusive, meaning like you don't physically have someone
I know
scrubbing you down while you're naked.
Yeah. So for our viewers who have not experienced a Korean bathhouse, let me just tell you how it is, because my mom loves it, and
Me too.
that's one of the things that we totally miss is going to the Korean bathhouses. They have a couple in San Diego, but they have a lot in LA. And you go there and you can go into, they have like a dry sauna, they have a steam room, and just to kind of prep your skin. And it's communal, so everyone's naked. It's not co-ed, and so they have women and then they have men. But then you get called, and they have these benches that you lay on, and you're basically in a big room. Some of them will have like a curtain that's in between beds, but basically you're there, no shame, nothing.
And your ladies got black bras
Yes,
on.
and they're wearing either their bikinis or their underwear, and they've got these like sloughing mittens, and they just start sloughing your skin. And that's really, that's like the same thing that I felt like all the Thya coming off of me, like the dead skin coming off of me. That's what I felt like in your product. And it's cool that you have one for your body too. But afterwards, your body feels like a baby's bottom. Right?
They basically exfoliate every inch of your body.
Yes.
Every. Your toes, behind your ears, your scalp. I mean, the whole thing. I'm like, this is amazing. I loved it. I'm so down for that. And I love bringing in women like, wait, they're going everywhere.
You got to be prepped. You got to prep. You got to prep people.
It's funny you say that because, when we were doing the R&D for the product, we looked at what was being offered here in the States, just like what a exfoliant is. Yeah, and with everyone using exfoliants with the beads or something that was like something more of a harsh physical application, we felt like it's not good for the body or for the skin, and we had there needs to be another way to do that, right? Because let's be honest, the skin and the skins is very sensitive, right? And it's like a peach, right? You keep touching the peach too many times, then it starts to get soft, and then it starts to get damaged. And we really didn't want to do that. And this is where I'm really happy with how the Korean technology has kind of come over to the States. That's something that they did a great job with the mineral peel.
Is this something that was developed by your team, or is this something that you found in Korea?
There was a staple product that didn't do exactly this, and I talked to that manufacturer, and I spent the time over there developing what you see now today. And we went ahead and moved into the natural ingredients. We had to make sure that the results were immediate and super effective. O.R.G skincare, as much as we are a K-beauty brand, another pillar that we had going for us is that we wanted to be like a ready-go skincare product, right? So, for example, if you were at work and you were asked to go out, but you need to give yourself, say a quick facial or whatnot, you could use the mineral peel, right? Or if you, were going out and you need to shave your legs, but need to exfoliate before you do, you could use the mineral peel. So, as I understand the 7 or 10-step skincare process, right? But also knowing the U.S. consumer, we were more like, we need something a little bit faster and very effective. So, we came out with this product.
Men's grooming is starting to really take off.
But it's taking off,
growing.
and you see men who groom the difference of their skin, but they feel funny doing things to themselves. So when you have something that's quick and easy and a little masculine, they'll buy it.
And it's so simple too.
Yeah.
Really, really simple. So being a man, let's talk about you being a man, right? Let's talk about you being a man in a woman's world, not a woman being in a man's world, but talking about being in the beauty sector and in skincare where, women are obsessed with their skin. Have you met with any obstacles or, I know that's kind of odd to ask a man this, but have you met any obstacles entering into a space that's mainly dominated by women?
There have been times. So my perspective has changed a lot since when I first started to where I am now. When I went into the beauty space, so did all the trade shows, Cosmoprof, East Coast, West Coast, everything. I think what I did come to appreciate are the skincare and makeup, or just the beauty professionals, the ones that go into work every day, right? And provide treatments and solutions to people who are looking for whatever they need. That's something I came to appreciate really quickly. And then when I started talking with executives who were a mix of men and women, but most of them being men, I noticed that it was not as easy. Sometimes I would get that I would not, like, what are you doing in this field, right? And so it's either you need to be an executive, right? A top level executive making big decisions at a bigger company, or maybe something else, right? So I think the biggest challenge I had was just with some of the males working in more on the executive level.
Yeah, because they're probably not coming necessarily from the skincare industry per se, 100%.
Exactly. Exactly. And I'm not going to,
business perspective,
Right.
and you're coming as a business perspective and creating this line. That's interesting, and so I can see that. It's and I mean I've been in the beauty business for a long time, everything from doing television to helping develop product and sales. And it is right, there is that interesting gap between those two, and there's not a lot of male entrepreneur founders that are in the niche market, because I would call this the niche market, in skincare and startups, and because they're passion projects, right? And they're not necessarily not that they're not passionate, but look at you quit your job, you went backpacking, you kind of like had a revelation of something that happened to you. You wanted to get back to the roots in a way. I mean, that's my vibe.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so and then you, with your business skills, you put those things together.
And I think it's like finding a hole in the market, right? Something that's missing.
And going back to my experience, I think there's like two types of groups who, in terms of males go, that work in the beauty space. The first group are the guys who have been grandfathered in, so who've been doing beauty or beauty supply or whatnot all their lives, right? And they know how hard it is, and they have a certain type of personality. And I'm not going to say like it's always like positive personalities, but they get their way. And then you have, like what you said, it's like top level executive guys who came in with a different type of background, who just see beauty very differently. And having to find and create relationships with those different types of people can be challenging at times.
I love the fact that you went and did some research and developed and this product, and like she said, like a passion project. You had asked before we started, like, how did this app come about? And it's mainly kind of like you, and it sounds like it's the common story from all entrepreneurs. It's like you see something that's missing in the market. I was customer zero in the sense that I wanted to basically revamp my makeup, and I didn't know where to go or what to do, and what resources I did have are like the retail counters, and that I felt that was mainly to pressure me to buy products that I might not necessarily know how to use or want to use. And I wanted to kind of streamline that experience. And so I thought, well, maybe I could just have a makeup artist teach me, and I wish, the age that we are in now, with the age of technology, I thought, is there an app where someone didn't have to invade my space and come into my home, but I could just, kind of call somebody like an Uber car and just have a makeup artist who would through an app, just tell me, okay, let's see what you have. All right, you need to use this foundation, this brush, whatever, and just streamline the process. And there wasn't anything out there. So basically I said, if there's nothing out there, then I'm gonna create one. So that's kind of how we got there.
I just want to say that is it's absolutely spectacular, and I am totally on board with what you guys are doing. I think you take a very different approach to what technology should be in the beauty space, and that's something that I appreciate. Let's be honest, right? There are like tens of thousands of products already out there, and everyone's always coming in with these new beauty brands, regardless of what size they are, and they're saying, "Oh, we have the new tech related to an ingredient." I'm at a point right now, where I'm like, we should stop doing that. What we should be doing is connecting the consumer with the right products and supply and everything, and then having them work from there. So I really admire what you guys do.
That, like you said, the market is so saturated with so many brands and products, but as a consumer and a user, you don't know which one is necessarily right for you, right? So I love what you're saying, is that what we need to do is pivot and really connect the consumer with the correct product, right? Exactly. Because there are so many brands, and a lot of brands have the same thing in their line, and there's there's the luxury brands and there's the dupes, but you don't know if those are actually going to work for you. And so that's why, with the help of Celeste, we're taking it in that direction of okay, how do we not only just educate people, as far as what products are right for them, but then how do we teach them on how to use it on themselves?
And not just use it, You know, it's you can even just learn how to use it and you're never going to do it again either. So it's actually let's get even deeper, really figuring out what you really want. What are your deepest secrets? And that's so ridiculous. Do you really want to wear your makeup this way? Are you dreaming to have your skin this way? And okay, let's find that out. And because we're so filtered with the idea of what's happening in the moment, what you were told with growing up, how you should look. So sometimes for me, I've always, even when I'm doing a celebrity or I'm doing just someone, I want to know what they want in that moment. What are we trying to achieve so that we can find the tools to get there? And so for me, when we met, I said, this is totally what I believe in. This is my philosophies. Let's get deeper. And this is the best way to do that.
I couldn't agree with you more. And, if we're being very honest, it's quite challenging right now. As you guys know, I think ever since the international, specifically K-beauty came in, and especially with online platforms, it's really easy to create product and just sell it, right? Mm-hmm. Having a lot of experience on the manufacturing side, you have to really question where the ingredients are coming from, right?
Yeah,
completely.
And I think people, and I hope that people can just take a step back and say, look, there's something out there for me. Let's talk to you guys or whoever we need to talk to get the right information to buy the right product.
When you say that it is easy to create a brand, and then you take a look at some of the means that the messaging is reaching the consumers, and it's by social media, right? Mm-hmm. So if you hire an influencer and maybe they don't use it, maybe they do, maybe they have a breakup, but because they're getting paid, they may not give you the most authentic and real feedback. Yeah. And you have these consumers that are just, purchasing them.
Yeah.
So you're right. It's a lot of noise out there, and we just are trying to use the noise.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of using, let's use this. I love the fact that Brian's like, listen, you know what? The first step is exfoliation. He's like, I don't know a lot about skincare really and makeup, but I do know you need to exfoliate. And this is an awesome product. So I want to make sure that we're doing it right. Cause I'm just slapping.
Absolutely.
Okay. So what we have here is that we've got your product. And oh, by the way, can you see that it's only half full?
I can do that. I'm going to send you some more.
I had a full bottle and now it's half full.
I stole some too. So.
I've got a bowl of water here just to kind of rinse off. So I'm just wondering, how should I prep my face in order to put on the product? I don't have any makeup on. I just have moisturizer.
Normally, if you're wearing makeup or whatever, you want to use a cleansing tissue and wipe all that off. And you could actually even wash your face with the cleanser, right? Okay. After you pat dry, I want you to get the mineral peel face and spray it on your face, but spray it in sections. So what we always advise people to do is, your face is a quadrant, right? And you always start with one quarter first, and you go all the way around. So you just go ahead and spray. Let's start with your cheek, right? So you wipe it off. Start with your right cheek, right? So go ahead and a couple spritzes, maybe about 3 to 5 inches away from you, and make sure you get an ample amount. So using your fingertips, small circular motions, and just gently exfoliate it. And what's going to happen is you're going to get a lot of the dermal debris start to build up and start to slough off. And then now, after you're done with that, you can move into other quadrants. Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, especially during that area.
I could go inside.
Let's get those blackheads out.
And what's really important is that you spray an ample amount so it soaks in for a few seconds. The whole idea is that mineral peel is the first spray-on non-abrasive exfoliant. And again, it's lifting up all the dermal debris, right? It's acting like an eraser. And you're going to see some buildup. And this product is absolutely amazing when it comes to wanting that really dewy look or having that flawless makeup. People who wear a lot of makeup love this product because it helps eliminate that cakey makeup look, right? So it's really great to use.
I feel that skin prep, if your skin isn't prepped before makeup, then you're just, it gets very cakey. You don't get that beautiful glow in the skin. And
beautiful glow, that's right.
Can we do the neck too?
Yeah, absolutely. You can do the neck.
Do we do it on a damp face or in a dry face?
Great question. So we prefer a dry face or a towel dry face. Reason being, the natural formulation will get diluted if there's too much water on your face.
Now, where do people buy this, Brian?
You can go ahead and purchase it online through our website at orgskincare.com, or they can go ahead and pick it on Amazon. Fortunately for us, we are the only provider of our products on Amazon, so they know that they're getting authentic product, because you know how it is on Amazon these days. And yeah, they can go ahead and pick it up there.
I feel like this would be a great addition to a facial.
As of right now, we have estheticians who are buying it at esthetician pricing, right? And they're just using it accordingly with some of their clients. There'll be times, right, when there might be some of that buildup that gets into your hair, right? It might feel a little clumpy. All you have to do is just wash it with warm water and soap.
It's very gentle.
It's very gentle.
Another great thing, though, it's unlike those really abrasive facials, it doesn't require any downtime. And you know, so that's like really big for us too.
Now, I know you had said like, hey, when people want to go out and they want to have this dewy skin, so they can use it anytime, during the day, during night, whenever.
Absolutely. So, you know, if you're looking for that, you know, really quick glow in terms of having that dewy skin on your face, or, you know, you really want your legs to shine on your way out, right? You can go ahead and use this product. It literally takes less than 5 minutes to apply, and the results are instantaneous. And obviously you guys have been using it. You guys know how quickly the results are. And for me, because I use it regularly, like I do like when people notice my face right after I use it. They're like, oh, you have a nice little glow to you. And I was like, oh, thanks. I've been using mineral peel, so it's really great.
How often can we use it?
We recommend, 3 to 5 times a week, but I use it maybe every other day. So like today I used it to meet with you guys, but we have customers using it every day. And because it's doesn't have harsh chemicals in there, you're absolutely fine with using it. And it even works for sensitive skin too.
So this, I think, is great because it's not causing any ripping to the skin. It's lifting that. And then the products that they're using for their acne issues tend to penetrate much better. Actually, any product that you use works better once your skin is exfoliated. So I think this is great.
In terms of ingredients, we try to keep it as natural as possible, right? So aside from it being alcohol-free, paraben-free, no sulfates, we really focused on, the milk thistle and the licorice root extract for the natural brightening. A little bit helps, and it's not going to change the world, but naturally a little bit helps. And then we also have aloe and all these other natural skin nurturing ingredients that help with the overall look of the skin.
Do you plan on adding to the line, or maybe having like a toner, or what are your thoughts?
We'll be introducing this charcoal detox bar.
Oh,
face and body.
This can be used for the face and body, and it looks like this.
Ooh.
This one is a little bit more tricky. We're hand poured, made locally in Los Angeles. We'll send you over the detox bars once they're ready so you guys can try them out, but you guys will absolutely love this. It includes charcoal with very light pumice. It's a glycerin bar, so it's super moisturizing. And this is the next product we'll be rolling out within about the next month or so. On top of that, though, we've actually been paying attention really closely to, what's been happening during this pandemic. And me and another co-founder named Will Hong will actually be releasing a new skincare line called Canopy Skincare. So Canopy Skincare will be focused on a line of products for people with active lifestyles, right? And our active ingredient for all our products there is called Peptide 1. It's a new peptide from one of the largest peptide manufacturers in Korea. And we're really excited to introduce that to you guys.
Oh, that's very exciting.
That's exciting.
That's very exciting. Yeah. There's a lot of healing agents with cannabis. I'm also in the fragrance and candle business, the other business that I'm in, and we create and manufacture cannabis. And that's an ingredient that we've, it's always talked about. Before we weren't allowed to make it, people like Kent, and now we're able to use it in many ways. But we're looking and researching on how it's also healing with scent, and it's a whole other world. That's really exciting. Yeah.
Canopy will be coming out at the beginning of next year. We're taking a little bit of a different approach with Canopy. The main purpose of this brand is wellness and well-being, right? Because we know that a lot of people have been going through a lot of stuff during COVID, me, my co-founder, and everyone else. So we want to take a very holistic, a very natural approach to our products with some very exclusive IP with Peptide 1. And yeah, as soon as we get that in, I'd love to throw it over to you guys to have you check it out and test it. We're doing something a little bit different too. We're actually introducing 3 products related to, we're calling, one is the hydration layer, called for the moisturizer. The second product is a Sun Shield SPF 50, so a sunblock. And then the third one is actually called muscle recovery. So anyone who suffers from any kind of joint or muscle pain.
Fabulous.
Yeah, we're coming out with that. So
Those are
we're doing a little bit different.
We love, and I love, because I'm a marathon runner and I haven't been able to because I have an injury in my ankle. So I will definitely be looking out for them. Always looking for the best anti-inflammatory type product. The SPF 52, because there's such controversy about, skin SPF. So the cleaner and the most protected, the better.
Well, Brian, I really appreciate you joining us, talking to us about your wonderful product. Can't wait to see your new products come out. And we want to talk about it with you when they do go live, and we'll share it with their followers.
Yes,
right?
Definitely.
If anyone has any questions about the product or the brand, they can always email us. We have a great customer service team here.
Oh, wonderful.
info@orgskincare.com. Ask us anything about the product. We love answering questions. And we hope they enjoy it. And
maybe we could put their website and the email address.
Very cool. Cool, thank you.
Okay, guys, thanks so much for watching Naya Unfiltered with Thya and Celeste. When we had Brian Park from O.R.G Skincare. Make sure to stay tuned for our next podcast, videocast.
Unfiltered.
Unfiltered.
Naya
Thanks,
Unfiltered.
guys.